Hey everyone, I'm Brian from Vennly. We're business analytics for audio. I'd like to introduce you to Ginger Shimp. Ginger is the senior marketing director at SAP, and she's responsible for newsletters and white papers, but she loves creating and sharing audio content because this is a consumer behavior that she can replicate. And it's especially important right now because as budgets are getting cut and teams are getting slashed, audio is an incredibly efficient format for her. Podcasts are amazing, but that's only one small part of what is the audio ecosystem. Earnings calls, expert conference calls, town halls, keynotes, panel discussions are all examples of high quality, incredibly important audio content that exists at the business today that is not utilized and not measured. We are not at all focused on the creation of the content. We are not a studio. Instead, Ginger and all of our customers upload audio content directly into their dashboard, and they can make modifications on a player that can be distributed across their channels. This is what the player looks like when it is embedded, and here's a player preview image. There's a call to action button that lives on the player so that Ginger can better connect playback on that specific piece of content with a down funnel marketing action. The player can be embedded, but we have a player link that is intelligent enough to render on the channel that she needs to distribute this content. And again, this is shared to her owned and operated channels, like her LinkedIn, like Twitter, like an e-commerce platform that she operates. One of the motions that we're pioneering together is integrating audio into PDF collateral. Here you can see the player is branded as SAP.
Customers are also looking for flexibility in the way.
That is a key soundbite from a webinar that was repurposed as audio. While the distribution is incredibly important, is our analytics that has differentiated us in this marketplace. We are telling our customers listening by hour, the full funnel of engagement, how many people clicked on that priority action item, drop off on that specific piece of content, metro-based listening. We are putting SAP's audio content where they actually do business and telling them how that content is performing. Right now, we're telling our customers what is happening, but our roadmap is increasingly defined by why it's happening and how you can be better at that in the future. We're a SaaS business that charges $1,000 per month per group. SAP has multiple groups with us. We really hit our stride the back part of last year by refining our sales motion away from internal communications and into external marketing budgets. We have $1 million in weighted pipeline in 2023. In addition to SAP, we're proud to work with JustWorks and SailGP. And actually, as of this week, we closed Delta Dental through our partner, Mike Worldwide. The existing tool set is really focused on monetizing individual creators on Apple and Spotify. SAP does not want to run MeUndies ads in their own content. They need it to live where their audiences are. We're a team that has built audio products at scale, and I'm grateful for the time and consideration today. Happy to take any questions you might have.
All right. Thanks so much, Brian. Jay, you're up next, please. Question for Brian.
Brian, good momentum since I've seen you.
Good to see you.
Talk a little about the kind of what you think the killer feature is that makes this like a must-have versus a nice-to-have, along with ACV and ACV growth within companies.
Terrific. Thanks, Jay. Mark.
Yeah, it seems like marketing and marketing communications is the core use case. Are there expansion use cases outside of marketing?
All right, great. And how about you, Minnie?
Yeah, I missed, I like it. I clicked on your LinkedIn. It looks like on LinkedIn, it says you've been doing this 4.5 years. So I'm curious about a little bit of the story of the journey and sort of, I want to know about the inflection.
All right, great. Maybe we'll grab one more. How about you, Nadia?
I'm curious, can you tell us more about, how are you acquiring customers? Yeah, that would be great.
Great. Want to tackle this? Brian, you have 2 minutes.
Well, thank you so much for the question, Minnie. The journey has been a wild one. I don't have 2 minutes to tell you about that. Let's connect offline. But this is the result of a really significant pivot. The shorthand is that we started in interfaith marketing and audio and pivoted into B2B SaaS by listening to our customers. And I do think that is really the key takeaway with respect to our team is we listen to our customers and we build product that people actually want. And Jay, that sort of dovetails into your question about the killer feature, and which is, it really is this analytics product. When you go and you publish a podcast, for example, and again, we are different from podcast hosting technology, but when you publish to Apple and Spotify, you're left really with just a download, and it doesn't tell you the who, what, where, why of your audience. businesses like SAP, but really all businesses have invested so significantly in their blogs and newsletters, which is a channel that we're pioneering as well with respect to putting audio on there. LinkedIn, right? They want to understand how their stakeholders are actually engaging with this high priority piece of content. And so to be able to tell them what's happening and why it's happening and did it move the needle for your business is really the killer feature. We do think that there's tremendous room for expansion. We are increasingly talking to sports and entertainment brands. And so this idea around monetizing their content is really interesting. And so I think there's a lot of exciting things that we can do to help facilitate, revenue generation, which is incredibly important, obviously, at all times, but especially in a down economy. Can this be a profit center, not just a cost center for you? That's a really exciting opportunity for us moving forward. Our ACV is at $26,000. And then I do think there are some levers, again, around the data analytics product that we'll be able to do short term, but then moving into the future around monetization of content, which will be really exciting for us. We have sort of two strategies. The first is to work directly with the brand. SAP JustWorks are examples of working brand direct. Our ICM there is the VP of marketing, but we do have channel partnerships with integrated communications agencies, which is how we got the Delta Dental business. So thank you so much for your time. And again, thank you for all the great questions.